Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening. My name is Jet Likings and welcome to Redline News Network, your home for automotive and supercar weekly updates. Coming up in this episode, we have the brand new electric Corvette, Lamborghini, Nissan, and Ford pay homage with retro models, and Rimac breaks the quarter-mile production record. Let's go. Ladies and gentlemen, like we called it in previous episodes, the electric Corvette is here. Introducing the Corvette E-Ray. Spy shots have recently come in along with some rumored information. Just this week, footage came in with a camouflage Corvette being benchmarked against an Acura NSX. As a reminder, the NSX uses a gas engine out back and electric motors for the front. GM has previously benchmarked models with similar performing cars, like the C8 Stingray being benchmarked against the Audi R8 and the Ferrari 458. This leads to the conclusion that this is in fact what sources are calling the Corvette E-Ray. It's rumored that this will replace the Corvette Grand Sport and will arrive with the LT2 V8 out back and an electric motor or motors for the front wheels. Rumored power is to be in the higher 600 horsepower figures. With electric drive up front, this does mean we're about to see the first all-wheel drive C8 Corvette hit the streets soon. Further rumors say that there's a possibility for the E-Ray to go full electric for short, lower speed jaunts around town. We speculate that the announcement will come in late 2021 to early 2022 for a model year 23 production run. Pricing is yet to be disclosed. Stick with RNN for all your Z06 and E-Ray updates. Back when Stefan Winkelmann, CEO of Lamborghini, announced the company's electrification plans for the next decade, he advised that there would be a special tribute or tributes to the internal combustion engine, basically final send-offs before the brand goes full electric. Last week we got to see the Countach return for a limited run. No, this isn't the Countach that was hung up on your wall when you were growing up. Instead, think of this as a retro Sean. Starting with the exterior, you can see from the headlights to the front grille that this screams Countach. Out back, the taillights and rear quarter panels leading to the louvered vents behind the windows and the side air vents look strikingly similar to the original. Engine-wise, we see the Sean's power plant, which is a 6.5-liter naturally aspirated V12 with a 48-volt electric motor. The thing to keep in mind here is that it's not powered by lithium-ion batteries, but instead with supercapacitors. Lamborghini has proven that they work better than lithium-ion when used in hybrids, as they produce more energy but sacrifice range, which when you have a V12 in the back, range really isn't a factor. A 7-speed transmission will pull the power down to 4 wheels for a jaunt to 62 miles per hour in 2.8 seconds, topping out at 221 miles per hour. Inside the cabin, you'll find an interior that looks like a modern-day Lamborghini, but look for the red interior like we loved in the previous Countach. Pricing hasn't been announced, but who really cares, as there's only going to be 112 Countaches built and they've already been allocated. To be honest, I didn't have high hopes for the 2023 Nissan Z. I saw the prototype of the original figures and expected Nissan to give us about 10% of what the prototype showed. Well, as we found out this week, that's the opposite. Nissan kept 90% of what was on the prototype, officially introducing the 2023 Nissan Z. Wondering why it took so long to replace the long in the tooth 370Z? Well, let us explain. First off, the body lines and profile are beautiful. It took me time to enjoy the Mark V Supra's profile, but here I'm in love instantly. The long hood is a tribute to the original, but the rear end screams original Nissan Datsun Z. No, we don't get a shared power plant from someone like BMW. Instead, we get the 400 horsepower, 350 foot-pound 3.0 twin turbo from the Infiniti Q60S Red Sport. Want to bang some gears? Fine, Nissan grants you a 6-speed stick. Want to slap some paddles? Fine, Nissan will give you a 9-speed automatic transmission option. Pricing hasn't been announced, but Nissan has hinted that they want to keep this as an affordable, accessible sports car. I'm super pumped to see this on the street. It's exciting to see the evolution to electric cars, but at the same time, these tributes that the manufacturers are doing are even more awesome. What's next? Maybe a GM Fiero retro tribute? Last week, Rimac's Nevera EV hypercar set the new production quarter-mile record. Now, is it official? That's still somewhat pending, as it doesn't seem like it's been verified by independent third parties. But who cares? Because drag times help facilitate an 8.582 second quarter-mile run. This was also done on the 11th run of the day with a top speed of 167.51 miles per hour. I don't think we'll have another Tuatara witch hunt here with falsifying records, as both drag times and Famosa Raceway officials were in attendance. Also, props to Rimac for not changing to different tires, as the street legal Michelin PS4Ss were used for the run. If you want to learn more about the Nevera, check out our previous videos and subscribe so you don't miss more Rimac content. Let's visit one last rumored send-off tribute car. This time let's head over to Ford with the Ford GT. Recently, what looks like a Ford GT was being tested at an EPA testing site. Now, the V6 EcoBoost has its certification, so why is it here? Well, the photographer explained that the sound was no V6, and he also believed that there was 2 turbos hanging low. There's a huge rumor going around that the Ford Godzilla that we discussed in previous episodes, aka the 7.3-liter V8 twin turbo, has found a new home inside the Ford GT. Could this be Ford's final send-off of this model? Due to the engine not having a dual overhead cam design, it could actually fit. Lengthwise, it would be tight, but with some rear modification, it could actually fit. Now, I'm sure many of you are saying, well, this could be testing for a race car, but keep in mind, Ford hasn't raced the GT since 2019. I really hope this is a 7.3-liter twin-turbo Ford GT that can be driven out as the sun sets on the internal combustion engine. Stay with RNN to keep up with any updates. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we have hit Redline this week. We hope you enjoyed this week's episode. Hey, are we missing something throughout the week? Our email address is in the description below. Drop us a line and we'll make sure to get it in next week's episode. Also, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. It'll help us grow. Hey, until next week, keep it at Redline.